around the outside and do that. That way you've got it.
You want me to hold that for you so you can pay attention?
Okay, thanks. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, so hold on.
There you go.
I'm ready.
Cool.
Oh, I think. Wait. It's not on until I push the button. 2.
Yeah.
1 plus.
Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So these are your swing out brackets. After we load, we're going to swing those in. Okay?
Yeah.
But you got to remember before you take it off, you swing them back out, or you're going to hit the fenders of the truck. These are swung out right now. They're going to swing in once we load the camper.
Okay.
So we'll show you that once we load the camper.
And you said the thing to be careful about is if you ever are not on the truck already.
Yeah, we'll go over that. That's
Okay.
the water. So
Okay.
this side, this is your electrical plug right here that's going to plug into the truck. And again, we'll do that once we get it on the truck. I'll show you that. Okay. So over here, you have a hot water heater. This is your hot water heater. It's propane and electric, and I'll show you that inside. So you can use it if you're plugged into an electrical outlet. You can use 110 to heat hot water, or you can use propane. Okay, but not both. One or the other. Okay, so you pick either propane or electric to run.
That's inside the truck. That
Inside
I make
the
that
camper.
choice. Okay.
Yep. This is how you drain the hot water heater right here. There's a plug right here. It's an 1/16" socket with a breaker bar, literally, to get that out. Okay. If you're not going to use this camper for like a month or more, take that plug out and drain it, because the water gets really skanky if you leave it in there.
The drinking water.
Well,
hot water.
It's regular water.
Yeah, it's hot water.
It basically will smell like sulfur.
Gotcha.
You know, not only that, but that's a sacrificing anti-rod that's about this big. Anode, sorry.
Yeah.
It's about this big. So what it does is it sacrifices so the hot water heater doesn't rust, just like a zinc on a boat. So if you leave it in there all the time like that, you know, you're going to be replacing it at least once a year. So
Okay, so let me ask again. What size wrench do I need for that?
1/16".
An 1 and if nobody's
Using,
drinking the water,
no,
or
nobody's
bathing
using the
in
camper.
It,
Like, you're not going to use the camper. It has nothing to do with drinking water. This is your hot water heater.
yes.
This makes hot water.
Okay.
So if you're not really going to use the camper for 4 weeks or so, especially in this kind of weather, drain it. Just pull the plug
4
and drain
weeks.
it. Yeah, because
Do you have water in there right now?
Yeah,
You do.
It'll basically just get
Nasty.
It's
yeah.
not gonna. Nothing goes bad, but basically the water's gonna start smelling like sulfur. You know, even good water. You know what I mean?
So you have to run the hot water every at the very least.
Well, you could do that if you want to. That's at least using it, right? So you rotate the water through. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do that.
Just make sure every 4 weeks you've rotated some water.
Through that. Well, I would rotate all of
All
it.
of
6
it.
gallons or whatever, 8 gallons, whatever it is.
Ah.
I would rotate
Okay.
the water right out of it. You know,
Okay. 4
you know,
gallons.
otherwise, it's not going to damage it. It's just going to start stinking.
Okay.
You know, if you leave water in a bucket right there for
Yeah,
4
of
weeks,
course.
what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's stacked.
Okay.
So that's that. This is your water fill on top. So this is how you put a hose in here. Just lay it in there. Always let the water run in just slowly. It doesn't have to go in full bore. You know what I mean? Just let it run in slowly. Inside the camper, there's a monitor panel that I'll show you. And if it's off the truck, I really don't want more than a half a tank of water in this, which is still a tremendous amount of water. Okay.
Yeah.
When it's on the truck, you can fill it right to the top if you want to.
How much does a gallon cost? Weigh?
About 8 pounds.
Yeah.
8 pounds. Okay.
Yeah. So when it's on the truck, I still don't want you to jam a hose in here and forget about it.
No,
Because
never walk away from
right. When that monitor panel starts flashing full, you're done. Don't put any more water in.
it. Okay.
Okay, but I'll show you that inside. So basically, as I showed you before, this is just strictly it's just your water fill, period. That's all it is. So, you know, you take the little cap off, you put the hose in there, and you fill the tank. Okay?
And does it come with a hose, with a nozzle that goes in there?
It's just a regular hose.
Okay.
Just a regular hose. This is your outside hot and cold shower.
Even if you're going to drink it, it's the same hose.
No, you
buy
can use a
anywhere?
white drinking water hose,
A
like
white-
$9 at Walmart. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So this is your outside hot and cold shower. There is inside the camper. I'll show you. There's a coily hose with a sprayer
Yes.
that plugs into here,
Okay.
and then you have hot and cold. Okay? Now, if you're going to live in this and it's cold, you go down below freezing. you're going to probably want to run a little antifreeze through the camper, and I'll explain that inside, just so this has antifreeze in it, not water, so it doesn't freeze up and crack. You're gonna keep this in warm weather, cold weather? Where are you going to be?
Maybe in South Jersey.
But it still can go below freeze.
Yes. So.
Right. So you want to make sure in the fall you get somebody to come, winterize this.
Okay.
And there's a tube inside. I'll show you. You just suck the antifreeze up and have it come out pink, hot and cold, and then turn it off and leave it. And then this is dead ended with antifreeze. You can still use the water in the camper if you leave the heat on. You want this to be winterized. Okay. Otherwise it'll freeze.
So this is for all of the water, but this is the piece that. That's for all of it.
It's hot and cold. It's just like a shower outside.
And
It'd be like if your house had an outside shower.
Yeah.
You wouldn't leave it on all winter,
Mm-hmm.
but your house still has water.
Yep.
You don't understand? So your house, like if you had your house and it goes below freezing, and outside you have a hot and cold shower outside, you're not going to leave that on all winter. It's going to freeze up and burst.
You're going to turn it off.
Right. Same thing with this.
Okay.
You're going to put a little
you're not
antifreeze.
putting antifreeze. Well, you are putting more antifreeze in after you drain it.
Well, you're not draining it. You're actually just going to. There's a hose. You're going to pick it up and you're going to do hot and cold until you see pink. And then if you still want to remain with water inside the camper, that's fine. You can do that, but this will be dead ended with antifreeze.
Yeah.
So it's not going to go
Okay.
anywhere.
Get it.
Yeah. This is your batteries. So that's
Hold on a minute. I gotta.
I got it. I'm videoing,
good.
so.
Okay.
2 lithium-ion batteries that are in here.
Okay.
Okay. There is an app on these if you want to go to Epic. Okay, and just put their app in, and then your phone will tell you how much power you have. Right. It Bluetooth right to your phone. Okay. Plus, they also have heaters built in, so they won't freeze or
up.
whatever.
Yeah.
So really, you really don't go in here and do anything ever. There's nothing to do to them. You leave them alone. But they are lithium ion, and they're really good lithium ions. They're actually the state of the art at this point.
I'm sure.
Okay.
If they have Bluetooth connectivity.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
they keep themselves.
Well, the camper has a charging circuit in it, which is going to keep them charged up if you're plugged in like we are right now. I'm going to make sure before you go though. This is 30 amp.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you an adapter that takes that over to 15, just in case you go to a regular outlet, so you can still plug it in.
Oh, wow.
Good limit will go into that. You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Or put it through the window of the basement and into the house.
Well, right, but that's still going to go into a 15 amp outlet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
don't do that because how mice get into the basement. So
No.
you don't want to do that. These are pretty much rodent proof because they're sealed. There's no way they can get in. So they're completely sealed. They lock this up. So this you can obviously lock.
It's one key for everything, right?
The outside, yes.
On the
Not the door there. So this is the back of the refrigerator. There's never a reason to go in here unless this needs to be serviced. You don't touch it.
I've heard some people mention putting a screen
You can put a screen across that.
this.
Yep. Just
For
if you have a
what?
problem with mud daubers and things like that,
Yeah.
you can do that. Yes. Basically, it actually doesn't go here. When you twist these little things like this, see,
You
this
lay it
comes off.
inside.
It actually goes on that right there.
Okay. Three strips.
3 strips. You put them on with wire ties.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the bugs won't.
Right. What you want to do is you want to make certain you don't shove this thing next to a building, right next to a building. If you don't, there's a building right here.
Oh, it needs
Well,
ventilation.
no, that's how the bugs. You'll get a spider. They'll make a thing. I mean, oh my God, they can. Just don't do that.
Okay.
This in here is just service. This has nothing to do with any. Don't store anything. This is just so we can get the plumbing. That's all it is. So you can see this. This is actually a sanitation loop.
Yeah, so it's just an access
You
door.
wouldn't put filters in there.
Wouldn't put anything.
No,
Just
don't even touch it.
Filters will be outside the truck on the hose.
Right. So I'm
Okay.
going to lock this up too.
Yep. Watch this.
Okay. Over here, this is strictly storage. This is where you can store anything you want. Didn't make a difference what it is. Storage. See? Storage.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Very nice.
This over here is where you're going to dump your waste. So when you have a hose in the bottom, right here is your
Evacuation
end valve
port.
right
Yeah.
here. Okay. And basically, when you look in here, there's a battery switch right here that turns the whole camper off. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
To the red switch,
Yep.
that turns the whole camper off if you're just storing it. If you're going to store the camper, turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay? This switch right here The little green light that comes on right there.
Yeah.
See it?
Okay.
That little switch right there. Right?
Yeah.
Yep, that one. That's how you turn your electric jacks on to raise and lower the camper.
Okay.
Okay.
You actually open this to do that.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Up here on top is the light. See the light?
Oh,
Just
nice.
turns it on.
Yep.
Okay. This is your gray water. So this is showers and sinks coming out, waste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the big one in the back is your toilet.
Gotcha.
You never dump the toilet until the tank is full.
With the big white knob there.
Yes. Black.
Big.
Back.
Big
that-
black girl.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm getting this.
This is just
So-
this goes on down.
So the black one.
The black one is your toilet. The larger one is your toilet. The smaller one is your gray water, which is showers and sinks.
Okay.
Toilet.
Showers and sinks.
Right. And then pull it further out so you can see. You actually see it if you put it out here.
Showers and sinks.
Right.
Yep.
There's a video in there too.
And the light is where?
Right
The
here.
light
Right.
Switch is right here. You don't want to leave it on because So, but at least you can see in there. These here are basically low point water drains. These. So
Okay.
this is where you dump your fresh water in the tank
Mm.
to get rid of it. See it coming out?
Yep.
So that's this little one on the bottom here dumps your fresh water tank.
Yep.
Just if you don't want water in the tank.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. If you're not using a camper for 4 weeks, dump
Get
the
rid of
tank.
it.
Don't
Yeah,
leave the water.
Don't leave water sitting. there.
Okay, these up here, this one and this one are called low point water drains. Like in an emergency, if you had to winterize this camper, you would drain the hot water heater,
Yep.
and you would open those up, and you would open up every faucet, and all the water would run out. The only thing that would still probably freeze is the valve on the back of the toilet. It would probably still freeze up, and you have to replace it. But it's better than having the whole camper.
Oh, yeah,
froze.
exactly.
Hold on. I need to get there. So you're talking about this white knob?
This one here, this one
That
here,
one.
and this
Yep.
one here.
And
It's
those
hot and cold, basically. So these hot
hot
and
and
cold low point water drains.
low. And you said
That's really used in emergency.
and that's to get rid of my drinking water and my
Yeah.
shower water.
It actually gets rid of the water. It gets rid of the water in the lines, all of it,
Everything.
everything.
So
Okay.
if it's winter, you have to empty it.
No, if you're going to keep the heat on, you can still keep water in it.
Okay.
So as long as you maintain heat in the camper.
Yeah, if you're using
think
it,
about
you're
this-
living in
think
it.
about this just like your house. If you walk away from your house and turn the thermostat off, just turn the thermostat off
You're
and
in
walk
trouble.
away. What happens?
Yeah, your pipes are gonna start
Pipes are
busting.
going to freeze.
Yeah.
So in this camper, it's kind of the same thing. The basement is heated, so you got to maintain heat. Okay.
Yep.
And you
Okay.
can't just put a little electric heater in the camper because that does not do the basement. You know what I'm trying to say? You have to use
I
propane.
could see some people. Yeah.
Doesn't this, okay, but I could use propane, but I could also use solar, right? But
No, not to heat the camper.
no.
Propane heats the camper
Okay.
on all campers. Now, if you go to a propane company,
Yeah.
okay. Shut that off. If you go to a propane company, they can put like if you're really going to live in this, I have
Yeah.
customers that have a tank that's this friggin' big around sitting right here.
Yep.
Okay. And they come over, and what they do, these are your tanks.
Yeah.
This is 60 pounds of propane, but in the wintertime, that might only last a month,
Mhm.
and you have to get them filled. Okay. So what they'll do is they'll drop a big tank right here, and they'll put an extender flow over to this. Okay. So you can actually use the big tank instead of these tanks.
Yeah.
And then you got
bypass
months and months and months of propane to heat the
Okay.
camper.
Okay.
Okay, so you'd want to, but
Extend
a
the flow.
propane company does that.
this. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So like even they make a little knob that goes in between this tank and this knob. This is how you connect the tanks. Right
Mhm.
here. See this is green right now, showing you that it's on.
Okay.
Now what happens is when this tank empties, okay, that'll turn red to tell you this tank emptied. You see that it's pointing at this tank. See this little.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Okay, so it's pointing at this tank. So I can rotate it to that tank if I want to.
Gotcha.
Whichever tank it's pointing at is the tank it's going to use first.
Okay.
And right now, the valves are on top, okay?
Okay.
Actually, that one wasn't. Turn that on. So what ends up happening, if you leave both of these on all the way, always make sure they're all the way. If this turns red, it will automatically change over to this tank, but it's telling you when it turns red that this tank is now empty.
Empty. Yeah.
Okay, but it will change over. So what you do is you take this, you flick it over to this tank, it'll turn green again, okay, and then take this tank out and get it filled.
Yep.
Okay, or have somebody come over and take the tank out and have it filled.
How far south do I have to go with this thing in order not to have to go through this?
Florida,
That far?
I've seen Jacksonville below freezing. But again, don't forget, if it's just a few days or something like that, you could leave this camper with no heat on and no nothing. Like let's say you got a cold snap, okay, basically just leave it, and you probably be okay for about 2 or 3 days, and then after that you might have an issue because it takes that long for the cold to get into the camper and into the lines and everything else. So like if you were in Jacksonville or if you were in Tennessee or you were someplace and it got down to, and on top of that, it has to get pretty cold. I mean, like if it's just 32, nothing's going to happen.
Okay.
But if it gets down into the single digits or the teens, then yeah, you got an issue.
Then number one, you better have propane because it will take care of itself.
Right, but don't forget, you won't use hardly any of this propane. Like if you can plug this into your house or wherever you're going to be, if you can plug it in, you can use electric for hot water. You can use electric for everything but heat. But right now, you're not using heat. So basically, you're not really, except for cooking on the stove, which is propane. You're really not using much propane. It's really the heat that uses the most amount of propane, and the hot water heater if you end up using it for propane. The hot water heater will use a lot of propane, actually just as much as the heat. So like if you can plug in somewhere and not do that, you're save a lot on propane, a lot. Okay?
Okay.
So,
but if you're not, then in cases of where you're not using it, the hot water heater will get smelly, and you're saying this will also get smelly.
No, not. It's just I just don't want you to leave the water in there for 4 or 5 weeks and then not rotate the water or drain it or do something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you have a hose, you can actually hook a hose to the camper and then have unlimited water.
Okay.
Unlimited, as much as you want. But eventually your tanks.
Where would you hook the hose?
The water hose goes under here.
Oh, you would just hook it up to there.
Right. So this right here, this is your electric right here.
Yeah.
This plugs in for your electric. It even lights up to tell you got electric. Okay, but if you look under here, really important, so I want you to see this. There's 2 of them under here. This is where your hose goes in for unlimited water. Like we would take that hose right there, okay, and we would just basically connect it right into there, okay? The other one you got to be very careful is a black water tank flush, okay? If you hook the hose to that and forget which one you're doing, the shit will come right out of the roof of the camper and it'll turn into a lawn sprinkler. And if you don't believe me, go watch the movie with Robin Williams called RV, because there's a scene in there where that happens. Okay, so you want to make sure you use the white one. On top of that, if you're not in the camper, the rule of thumb is if you're not in here, even if you go to the store, the second you walk away from this camper, you turn that hose off. Never leave it on. Okay, because what happens is something blows up and you're not there. You're going to fill your whole camper with water. It's only happened once since I've seen it happen once, and it's not pretty. You don't want that to happen. So basically, this is only on if you're going to use this going directly into the camper and have an unlimited water supply.
When you're home.
This is only on when you're in the camper and you're there.
Yep.
Okay, don't walk away. If it was a boat, like boats have the fittings,
of course.
the boat would sink.
Yeah.
If the bilge pump couldn't keep up, the boat would sink. And I've seen that too.
Yeah.
So, so basically that's your city water inlet, and the one next to it is to rinse out your black tank. So when you're dumping the black tank, you can actually put a hose into that, and turn it on, and then it'll start rinsing the tank out, okay, and clean it out.
But first you empty it over here, though, don't you?
Yes, down below.
Empty the black tank over here.
Right. Now
and then you wash it clean over there.
You can do that, but in rule of thumb with that, okay, you're going to need a sewer line, okay?
Yeah.
You get them, Walmart has them too. You put a sewer line and you go out to wherever you're going to dump. Rule of thumb is you don't dump the black tank until it's full, and you want to use RV and marine toilet tissue, period.
Yeah,
you don't want regular ones. Or Scots, like single-ply Scots.
Or Great Northern.
Whatever. Some single-ply. We call it hurry-up toilet tissue, because if it hits water, it's gone. So what the rule of thumb with that is you don't dump that until your black water is full. The day that you're going to dump that, you want to make certain your gray water is also full. Okay, the reason why is you're going to dump your black water first and then maybe rinse it a little bit, okay? Then you're going to dump your gray water, which is nothing but dish soap and some toothpaste and a lot of water, and you're going to wash your line out with that. So you're going to clean the gray water line going out,
Makes sense.
So
All
and if it's just you in there,
just with this latch, or what?
Well, no, one of them is a toilet. You're going to do that first, okay? But it has to be relatively full.
Okay.
The second one is the gray water, which is your showers and sinks.
Is that here? Or
Yeah, that's in there.
It's in there in the
Yeah,
compartment.
you were right. You were right.
Right, that's where
Yep.
we were.
Right, and you're going to do that second because the line that you have running out to dump, that's going to rinse it for you.
Yeah.
Because it's just shower water.
Yeah. Okay, and this thing is like
That cap
comes
comes
out of
off.
here, and it's a big long
Hose. Right.
hose that fits a sewer.
Well, no, it goes into wherever you're going to see right there, that hole in the ground right there. That's where we dump, right there.
Okay.
So, do you have anything where you're going to go where you're going to have, like, you can get into the sewer system or a waste system or anything?
I think so. I mean, I have these things sticking up in the lawn with caps on them.
Could be. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like what it
It looks
is.
like that, but it's a little taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you have to, make sure you're doing that correctly. I mean, are you in a relatively populated area?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because that would go into sewer then. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
I
think
mean,
I
you're
have
going
two
to
of
probably want to talk to an electrician. Where I don't
Oh.
know, is this your house or somebody else's house? Or
them. It's sort of my house.
okay, I would talk to an electrician and a plumber when you get home, because the plumber can tell you where you can dump this, and the electrician can come put in. You don't want a line going through your basement window. Electrician can, if there's an outside outlet on the house anywhere or whatever, and ideally this, if you can, it'll run on 15. But ideally, I'd rather see a 30 amp plug, which is basically it's not a dryer plug. It looks like that. See?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still 110. It's not.
Not 220.
It's not
It is
220.
not a
No.
dryer plug.
Yeah,
but
don't.
It looks
I've
like
had electricians
Go
wire that to 220 and blow the whole camper up.
thing up, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
110 30 amp. That's
It's
what
a
it is.
1 amp. It is not what your washing machine is using,
No, or your dryer.
or my dryer.
It's basically the same outlets that's in your house,
Yeah.
just a few more amps.
What if somebody wired my house for in case I got a generator? Then that's not the right size. That's big.
No, that's 220.
That's too
220.
big. Okay.
Most generators are 220 because they got to run a pump like a
Mhm.
well pump or something like that. So,
So
and this has a generator. We're going to go over that too.
Okay.
So, all right. So that's basically everything here. You do have some storage. There's a key. There's storage in the bumper right there.
Yeah.
You're technically supposed to move the license plate off the truck here, but we never do. I've never been pulled over.
Okay.
They just don't even bother with it. This right here is for storage for tools.
Yeah.
So this is storage for tools in here, which is really great. And once in a while, put a couple of drops of oil on your keys and insert them, and then turn it, and then do it again, and insert it, and turn
Okay.
it. It lubricates this, okay? Otherwise, the salt gets into these things, and they don't want to work right. So this opens up. There's a little lever on the side right here.
Wow.
That's for just putting some tools and stuff in,
Okay.
Pretty
or whatever.
impressive.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Put cat litter in there for all I care. It's like whatever. Right, and then it just pops back in again.
Wow. It's pretty cool.
All right,
And then this opens up, doesn't it? The Fox Landing.
it is open.
Oh.
Okay, that's your generator in here.
Mhm.
Obviously, that's warranted not by us, but
The
by
Cummins,
Onan.
by. Oh,
Okay, if
okay.
anything happens to it.
Okay.
This actually is a crank here. There's a crank I'll show you inside. If for any reason the room didn't work, and I'm going to hands down tell you, I've been selling these campers pretty much my whole life, and we've never had to use this. But it's there for emergency. There's a little crank that goes on that gear in there.
Okay.
You can actually manually crank this in.
Okay.
Okay. There's
Wait a
also
minute, I don't see
this-
the gear.
it's way in the back there. Way in the back. But it's that long. It goes in, and it's only the manually.
Wait, with the one little tooth on it?
Yeah, the crank goes right into that. Now,
Let's see
up
the
here,
arms, what's
this
it?
little lever here, don't
Yeah.
ever touch this unless you had to. This lever is a brake. So if you pushed it down a little bit, it takes the brake off the room. And you don't want to do that
Oh, it's long.
driving down the road because then the
It'll
room will
slide
go out.
out, yeah.
It scares the crap out of tractor trailer drivers when it happens. So don't ever touch that.
Okay, now,
There is a video inside too, I believe you can play. That basically
I was gonna
it's
say
the end that's going to
the number of times you've done this
it's inside.
speech.
I'll show you.
Oh, this isn't.
This is for your awning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's strictly
This
storage
one's
right
for
there
the
too.
awning. We have
Okay.
another one for the other.
Right, so
It's a
this is
little
for your
tip.
awning. You basically just hook it up here like so.
Yep. Bing bang boom. Look at that.
And
Now, when you put this out, don't ever leave this out at nighttime, ever. That's when the thunderstorm comes. You'll find this on the roof, and then we can't fix it. You throw it out and come get a new one.
wait, I'm sorry, I lost my video again.
Yep.
Don't ever do what?
Don't leave it out when you're sleeping. Always put it back at night.
Don't even go to the store.
Don't
Yeah,
use this for the
yeah.
I've been
backyard,
places in the country where I was standing where that camper is right there,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't get it in quick enough because something, a weather came.
Yeah.
The other thing too is don't keep going out. See how these are V'd right now?
Yep.
Don't go
That's
further.
about as far as you
Don't
want.
go
That's
any
how
further.
it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I can
so-
keep going. Look.
Yeah, no.
You see the whole
Oh
thing
no!
with this.
So
Yeah.
don't
See it?
do
Yeah.
that.
I don't want you to do that. I
No,
want you to
yeah.
always keep them V'd like this.
There you go.
Okay. So the legs are in here, and this is probably most of my customers get confused by this. This little orange thing, you open it up like that. See it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you come over here, and you pull this leg out like so.
Okay.
Then you close this again, and then you pull it out all the way and rotate it.
Okay.
Then you open it again. Okay. And then you come over here,
Oh my goodness.
and you put it in there like that.
Nice.
Then you close it again.
Close.
Okay, or if you don't want to lose your margarita coming around the corner, which you'll do with this, take it out of here and just
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
take some pins like nails
Mm,
and just nail that into the ground and then leave it like this.
yeah.
Okay, there's
Okay.
another one.
That's the way
There's
to
another
go.
one in the front.
Obviously, it's gonna be the same.
Right. So
Yep.
this is the biggest mistake is putting this away, and I'll show you that right now. So when you put this away.
You latch it, you unlatch it, you latch
Right.
it
But
again.
putting it away is
Then
where the
you go
mistakes are made.
these.
Okay.
So when you put it away, have this facing you, push this in, at least that far. Then close this, go underneath here, open this back up again. The mistake that everybody makes with these is they put it in like that, and that's wrong. See how this is sticking out?
Okay.
What'll happen is that'll fall out inside. You'll never get your awning open again. Okay, so what you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you lift it up, put it in this little hole here, pull it back like that so it's tucked in here, then come up here and close the orange lever so it locks it.
Hold on.
Never ever have that exposed on the outside.
It is no. Oops.
Yeah, the little foot.
Yeah. Okay. Great. My
Okay.
thing keeps quitting.
Yep.
Okay.
So now you can crank it back in again, but make sure you don't go the wrong way. I've had people go out and then crank it back in the wrong way, and it will not close. It took me 2 hours of staring at one 10 years ago and going, why is this not working? To realize that the material wasn't rolling this way, the material was
It was
rolling
bad.
that way because they went out too far with it. So when it's like this, just crank it in like so. These are way more dependable than the electric ones. I hate the
I'm
electric
sure.
ones. So just crank it in. It'll actually automatically lock. Give it a little twist. Take this off. And then this is adjustable in length. So you can go like that and store. I'll show you where this stores inside. This again over here. This is awesome outside storage. There's one there and this one here. So this is like absolutely positively awesome. I mean, this is big enough for a barbecue grill, whatever you
Wow.
want to put in here.
Look at that. Wonderful.
Oh, Jesus. That's ridiculous.
So that's outside storage.
Outside storage there, and you got outside storage there.
This is just awesome. I mean, this is probably one of the nicest campers. I think she originally wanted to host. I'm like,
I just was
they're
looking at
beautiful,
one,
but
yeah,
you can't even use it unless you put the rooms out. And this camper's 2-inch thick walls. I mean, literally, we've had these at 17 and 18 below zero. So they
Wow.
actually, their travel trailers that they build are the only travel trailer they use up in Canada in the diamond mines. It's the only one on freeze. So,
Wow.
so you can actually, there is storage in the bumper down here.
Yep.
That's probably where you'd want to put your sewer hose. or
Yeah, I
something
saw
like
that. So-
Okay.
And this is the generator.
No, right.
No, this green guy, right? That's storage.
Oh, that's storage. Okay.
This is the generator right
Okay.
there.
Right. So
And you never have to remove that, right?
can't.
Unless,
Oh,
No.
crap, it's a nightmare to get it out of there. It's really nice. And now the generator, it's wicked important. At least once a month, start it,
okay.
run it, and turn your air conditioner or something on, like
Yeah.
that uses electric. Probably your air conditioner would be my guess. You turn it on and let it run for like 20 minutes, a half an hour. These Onan generators go bad because you don't use them. Okay. So that's about the only place, too, to warn you that mice can get into. Because it's open around the bottom. So if
Okay,
you get,
that one
you know,
needs a
those little
screen,
green
too.
mouse bait things or whatever, you might
Oh.
want to put some of them around that generator
Yeah,
so they
I've
just
got
come in
them.
and die. You know, so, all right. The ladder does come down. There's a little hook right here. But, you know, you probably don't want to go up on the roof. But I would recommend that, you know, if you think you hit something, you have to send somebody up there. Make sure you didn't whack something off the roof. You know, because you're going to probably be about 12.6.
I was just going to ask, what's the
So,
clearance?
you know, you want to make sure that if you hit a branch or anything like that, you didn't damage the roof. Because if you do, it's just like damaging the roof on your
On your
house.
house, yeah.
This
The water's
is just
going
like
to get in.
having a house. There's no difference at all. I mean, if you got a hole in your roof at home, you wouldn't leave it there. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that send somebody up there once in a while if you have been driving and make sure that everything is okay. Don't, keep an eye out. Like if you see tree branches, if you're downtown, basically UPS trucks broke them all for you, but still be careful. Definitely be careful. Where you drive. So, and bridges too.
What's this little hose socket down here?
What, this thing?
Yeah.
That's for a barbecue grill, but it's a special.
Oh.
It's a special bar. It's a low pressure barbecue, and we don't use them. They suck. If you go more than 10 feet away from the camper, you lose all your flame because they're after the regulator, so they're only 10-inch columns of pressure. You're better off getting what they call an extender flow kit with 24 feet of cord that goes high pressure, and that'll go into a Weber. It'll go into anything.
Anything, yeah.
So these, I don't even know why they're still doing that. And the ladder pops down and it goes into those little plugs right there.
These little plugs.
Yeah. Just pop it with your
Yeah,
hand,
okay.
and it goes right in.
Yeah, so this little guy fits right in there.
So there's a rear awning on this too, and it's the same friggin' scenario. Don't put this thing out so far that you wind it up the wrong way. This is my favorite. I like this because I set up chairs here too.
Oh, it's the button.
Yeah, he's got a button inside.
You put it out until that little flap drops, and then you stop. It's going to come down right now. See the lights out there? That flap will go. There's a flap.
Okay, yeah, I see the
There's
lights.
your lights right there.
Yep.
They turn on.
Those are your lights.
They turn
That
on
black
right
strip.
here, up on top. So,
So up there.
Oh wow.
and you can actually aim them. Like if you want them
goodness.
down, just go so they're facing down.
Yeah.
You can aim them. Okay. This over here is a porch light on the back.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other one on top here is for your camera, and that should be off when you're not using it. Otherwise,
And
you burn
that's
your
going to be
camera.
working when we leave today?
Yes.
Let me just take a picture from behind you of those buttons.
This I'm going to. By the way, I'm storing this down here.
I'll give you the
Okay.
And your hose for your outside showers right there.
Okay.
And your sprayers right there. And this is the thing I told you for cranking the room in. This goes into that gear
Oh.
on that end,
Okay.
and then this is your crank. It
Okay.
just goes on the end like this,
Yeah.
and you crank it.
T-handle crank. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's all down here. So up
So,
there, you've got
This button is
awning light, patio light, and then the one to the right where it says 0 and 1. 1 means it's on. You don't want that on if you're not using it. You got to remember to come in here and turn that off.
Better.
the white one. Is
Yeah.
this.
It's 0. You want it on 0. Otherwise, your camera's always on. Always.
Okay, so we leave that on until we're home, and then we turn it off.
Right.
And there was some button. I thought there was some button down below you used, or is it with the remote?
Right. No. I'm assuming it was this right here.
See?
Hold on.
Is this what you used to get the?
Right. But there's also another way. The wireless remote that raises and lowers the camper will put this room in and out and put the awning in and out.
Oh wow. Okay, so there you go. There's your. See my
Okay.
hand. There's your camera.
I got
So
it.
that-
And what's nice, I get these directly from China. I actually have these made, and I have to buy like $50,000 worth of them.
I'm sure.
But we sell them. And what's so
Smart.
nice about these is
Very
this
smart.
clips to your rear view mirror where your eye wants to naturally go to see what's behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not down below or over
No,
here
yeah.
or whatever. So
Smart.
So you can actually come in, take this off your rear view mirror, unplug the TV, plug this in, okay, turn that on and be in here and see everything that's
Yeah.
going
Now
on
you got
outside.
security. Yeah. So there you go.
This is
There's your
awesome.
security,
Okay.
your backup camera, your
1080.
security,
Yep.
everything.
So today, just to have the camera on the camper working, are
Yeah,
we going to
on the
have
way
that
home.
somewhere?
You're gonna this
Yeah, we'll put that in the truck.
clips
Okay.
onto your rear view mirror.
Yeah, clips
Okay.
right on. Look at that.
And okay, great. And this button.
Goddamn Chinese thought to think of everything.
You think this is? Oh, there's this button.
Right, that's for your awning.
That's
Now
your-
again, do not go the wrong way. You see it says in or out?
Yep.
If you press that the wrong way, you're going to wind that awning up the wrong way. So if you want to bring it in, press in. Don't
Yeah.
press out.
It says,
But you can barely.
no, it says awning over here, right? And then over here it says in, and then over here it says out. So you want to go out, you press down. You want to come in, you press up.
Okay, be careful with this. You do have to get down on the ground and look at the writing. So if it says
Might
in-
want to just invest in like a label maker, I think.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And like there's your remote to let raise and lower the camper right there.
Yes, I saw that.
That will also put the room in
Oh, well.
and the awning in and out, and I'll show you how that works. You have to turn this on, which is that little green light outside, or you could do it right here. You can do it 2 locations. Up. There's a little box right here, and right on top of the box right here, okay, there's a switch. If I can find it. And I can turn this on. See this green light on now? See the
Yep.
green light?
Yep.
So I can actually, now that turns this remote on. See, we can raise the whole camper up or go down, up and down.
Shit. Okay.
Okay. But if you want to do the awnings, and here, you got to record this because everybody will forget this.
Hold on.
See, right now, if I go up, see the red light come on right
Okay.
here? See this select button on top? See, right now it's green. If I press it,
Yep.
see, it's just green.
Yep.
Green runs the camper up and down. But if I press and hold this, watch, until it turns red. See?
Wow.
Now you've got auxiliary 1, auxiliary 2. So that puts the awning in or out.
Okay. Yep.
See it going in?
Yep.
And this one on the right brings the room in or out.
Okay. So auxiliary 1 is your awning. Auxiliary 2 is your room.
And if you want to go back to raising and lowering the
You
camper,
go back to green.
you go back to green.
Gotcha.
That's the coolest thing.
So, okay, this is auxiliary is the awning,
And the room
and you can't make a mistake with it. And you come under here for what reason?
to turn it on.
To turn the remote on.
Right. Or outside in that compartment. There's 2 switches. So if you're outside, you can do it outside. If you're inside, you can do it inside.
Which compartment?
The one where the waist is. Remember I showed
Okay.
there's a green light in there?
Okay.
You can turn
You
it
can
on
turn
there
that on
too.
also.
So basically, there's a little battery in here. It's just like anything else. You know, it's a little 12-volt battery about this big.
Yeah.
It should be replaced at least once or twice a year.
Okay.
It's just an A23. You can buy them at Home Depot. It's or CVS Pharmacy, whatever. It's a little. It
A23.
looks like a AAA battery that somebody cut in half. That's the size of it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's an A23 battery. You always want to basically keep this camper relatively level. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're laying on the bed and the blood's not rushing to your head, you're probably okay. And that's for the refrigerator, because the refrigerator is absorption, and you want to make sure that this is, relatively level, okay? Or it'll stop working.
Okay.
All right? So that's
One switch for the remote is here. Another switch is inside the water cleaning area.
the waist area.
the
Right.
waist
Yep.
area.
Yep.
And this thing over here, which is about the awning also,
Right.
never push it in the wrong direction. You could destroy it.
The same, well,
So
not
it's
destroy
three-
it, but it'll go
Three different ways
the wrong way.
to play with your awning. And
Right, like I can do it with this right now.
yeah.
If we want to put that in right now, I got to go back to the select button and put this on. Otherwise, I got to walk over and do it manually. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that's your remote.
With that thing.
Right.
Or the outside thing, and this is manually.
Right.
That's considered manually.
So this is where this up here is where the TV plugs in. It is a 12-volt TV. See?
Okay.
And basically, I just unplugged it because I wanted to use the camera. I'm
Okay.
going to plug the TV back in again. Off the top here. Over on the side over here, way over here, you're going to end up seeing 2 green lights. That's the TV antenna turned on. And again, if you're not using it, turn them off. They're on right now. Okay, so that's how the TV antenna gets reception.
And how do we turn it off?
There's 2 buttons up here you turn off.
Okay, 2 of them.
2 of them, little push buttons. Okay.
As long as
Actually,
it's-
one is for a Wi-Fi booster that's an option,
Okay.
and one's for the TV antenna. And personally, I can never see to tell which one's which, so I just turn them both on. Okay.
Yeah.
TV will swing anywhere you want it to swing. This obviously comes all off here if you want to take it off. You just film it, protect it. My guys can take that off, and then there's all this crap too. It comes off.
Remote controller.
Yes, it does.
Oh my
And I got to
goodness.
show you how to program it too.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's off. So basically with the TV. This is all storage, by the way. All these compartments I'm opening up here.
Yeah.
Storage, storage, storage. Just about everywhere you could look in the camper is storage. So these are your keys. So the purple keys do the back door. Okay. These little soda machine type keys, you know, are for the bumper. And then these silver keys do all the other doors on the outside.
All the outer compartments.
Oil them, put them in, turn them. Oil them, put them in,
Okay.
turn them. Okay.
You're not saying graphite, you're saying oil.
Oil, yeah, like 3-in-1. Just get a little can of 3-in-1 oil. Absolutely. Okay. Microwave obviously is right here. You know, it's it just makes sure this little dish doesn't go flying. You know what I mean? It should be sitting in the middle like that when you're using it. All right, let me find the remote. Your stereo is here. Unfortunately, with this, turn on right up here. Now, just like a car stereo.
Yep.
If you have all the speakers on, there's 2 outside. Everybody outside is going to hear it. If you don't, you got to go to a fader on this thing. Let's see. You also need a 4-year-old to figure out how these things work.
Space-time continuum.
That's on. Speakers off right there.
Yep.
See, right there. And this up and down.
Okay.
You know, and then if you want to go, I mean, this you definitely, you know, some of this stuff's even beyond me. You know, if you want to go to the next station, so. See?
Okay.
But if you're not using it at all, you can either turn that off so you don't have to listen to it, or you can hit the power button, which I think is right there.
Okay.
All right. This is your thermostat, and this is really important because you're going to have to use it. Okay. So basically, you press the button on the bottom. It's off right now. See, it's off.
Yeah.
If I hit it again, it goes to fan low, which is just the air. Then it goes to fan high, which is not. It's just a fan. Then you go to air cool high, and then you go to cool low. Then you go to cool automatic low, which I don't want you to use because it comes on and off and on and off.
Okay.
And then you go to cool. Then you go to cool high automatic. Then after that, you go to heat. There's your heat. Okay. So, did the heat come on?
Yep.
Okay. The heat circulates through the basement.
Okay.
So basically, we don't want heat right now at all. So we're going to turn that off. It'll cycle. We're going to put it on air. I want you to keep it on cool low, unless it's like 100 degrees outside, and then you can go to high. But you'll go stalactites in this thing. If you turn it, I mean, really, dead serious. That air conditioner will do a travel trail. So, you know, okay. And then, you know, as soon as it comes on, it'll press will kick.
Yeah.
So, do I have to turn this off?
When you're not using it, just keep pressing this button here. Cycle is off. Bottom button. So see right now it's on full low. If I want to off, turn it once the lights up. Then you go to, I just cycle through all these things. There's heat. And there it goes.
Okay. There's a whole big bag of magazines and things, and like, would that have
Yeah, it has all the instructions in it.
with the what number?
This is storage. Look at
How
heat in
many
the back
times
here.
to tap on it?
Well, it's not
Not how many
time,
times,
just read
but
it.
yeah,
Oh,
you
just-
see how it says
okay.
off right there? The word will literally change. It'll say heat or cool.
Okay.
Yeah, fan.
Okay.
So this is the remote for your TV. There's a bunch of all your instructions and everything are right
Yeah.
here.
There you
And
go.
then this is just leftover junk from them putting the TV in, which you don't really need. You just need this remote.
Okay.
So this has got awesome storage. I mean, it's everywhere you look, including. This is why I wanted you. There's even hanging locker right there. You know, kids can hide in there. So
Wow.
and then this door just pulls over like so. Okay. So with the TV, basically, yep, the batteries in the, 2 batteries in there too. The TV, you can swing this around. You're going to lock this when you're traveling. It's got a little, see this little lever right here? You pull straight down. That unlocks it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Did you get it on your?
Yep.
Okay.
So TV is, you turn the power on. You get this piece off here too. It's 32-inch TV in here, high def. So, yeah. So this is something you got to watch. if everywhere you go, you have to program the TV so it knows what's there. So basically, if you go into menu right here, say menu, you hit menu, see what comes up, and everything is controlled with right and left or up and down and enter. It's very, very simple. So we're going to go over to channels, like so, just like that. If you don't have cable, if you had cable, you'd go down to cable right now and switch it to cable.
Yep.
See, but we're not hooked to cable. We're actually getting it off the air right now. The next thing you do is go down to auto scan, okay, right there, and you hit right, and then you hit right again. And now what it's going to do is it's going to search out what's there. We get either 4 stations here or nothing. It depends on where the moon is at any particular time, because we have a mountain right in front of us, literally. So, we'll see if it finds anything at all. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But that's how you program this. Now, if you have a cable coming in from the house, you would go back to cable, and you will still search like this, and it'll search all the cable channels.
Gotcha.
Okay. See, we found 5.
Yep.
That's it. I'm telling you right now, that's all you're going to get here. So that you have to program this, or you're not going to, like if you go to Florida and you're in a new location, you got to do what I just did. Okay. And it really, once you learn how to do it, it's very, very simple. Menu, it's up and down, right and left, and enter. It's very, very, very simple. Okay. So it's going to finish this. It takes a minute or two. Also, I believe, this is, well, you can actually, this thing is just like any other TV now. It's got a bazillion hookups on the back. You can plug your computer into it. Whatever you want to do. They're just more and more sophisticated every 2 minutes. This is really cool. So this is for your fan over the bed. This controls that fan. Okay.
Hold on.
So this controls your fan, so you don't have to get up. You can turn the fan on. See, it's off right now.
Yep.
There's also a switch here. See, it says cab over lights. Everybody forgets about this. This literally turns everything on up here, except for the TV. Everything.
Yep. Everything.
So if you want to go out and you don't want to climb up here and turn everything off again, you flick that switch. But again, you like this fan up here. You can hit it to see closed, open, and then you got fan speeds. You can set a temperature on it if you want to. Yeah, see, this is because of where we're located. It's coming in, but it's not coming in. It's coming in pretty good. Some will be good, some won't. We got a hill right in the way of reception here. See, so it's just going to break up a little bit. And at nighttime, it works great. So it's trying to come in, but it's really funny. If I move the camper to that site over there, it works better. So, this is for this. Let's see this person.
This chair with half closed eyes.
George didn't exactly pay attention.
George rusted even. Now he's out in the arena. I wouldn't give
Temperature feed
That's not just for the bedroom, or it is?
This is just for that fan.
Yeah.
For that fan there.
Yeah. So I think you can manually come up here too if you don't want to use this. All the controls are actually on the fan too, right there.
Yeah,
It's all
I've heard that on the videos.
Right. And then
And
when
you
you're not
can
using
either-
it, just turn it off. See? But you can still turn it on there
Okay.
if you want to. Like just reach up and turn it on. I mean, you have blow in, blow out, whatever you want it to do. It's all up there.
Did it turn on?
No, I got to cover it.
Oh, because you have to raise the little thing.
Yes.
And then what, you're going to put it down again for travel?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a temperature thing up here too that you can set the temperature if you want, and you can either blow in or out with this thing.
Yeah,
But,
after a shower, you can blow out, or if you burn food.
holding his file. George goes quietly across the floor.
I hope he wasn't too much trouble.
This is a really fancy one, so I'm not even used to this one. There it goes. Now it's opening. See, it's open now.
Yeah.
But again, you wouldn't want to leave this open in the pouring rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or driving on a highway, right?
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the fan off button on this.
Okay.
Fan that's now closing and it shuts off.
And you don't have to reach up there to turn it off.
No,
Your remote
you
will
can
do
use this.
that. Okay, fine.
Now, you have electrical up here. You got places to plug your phones in. You got reading lights. You got mood lighting. You got all kinds of stuff up here. Even this light right here, which you can turn dim or bright or off. And all these lights, like if you want to turn this one off over here, you just press the button and turn it off. Okay, place to plug your phone in. But if you look at that control board over here, everything is basically controlled. And this matches. We always leave this plastic on for the customer. So if you want to take this off, you just tear it off. It just comes right off. So this
So
is your
everything you did on that remote is now lit up over here?
no. Nope, has nothing to do with that. All it is nothing will. This just stores right here.
Okay.
Nothing will work unless this switch is on. See how it turned everything on off up there?
Okay.
This one switch controls the entire front of the camper.
Okay.
So you don't have to climb up there each time and turn everything off if you don't want to. You can just do it with that one switch.
So that's just for that. This the bedroom. It does the bedroom.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So this here is porch light. So there's lights on the side of the camper that light up. That's your lights on the side.
Okay.
This is your water pump right there for water. So whatever water you have, let me take this off. This is, by the way, very heavy.
I noticed that.
Okay, and I really recommend when you're traveling, put it there. Because if it goes flying,
Or
Under the mattress.
under.
See? There's your water right there, hot and cold.
Okay.
Okay. So basically everything else is here, including your generator. So if you want to start your generator, it starts right here.
Hold on.
How quiet they are now.
Yeah.
They used to be noisier than hell. But we are plugged in right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to miss that. That's the one that says gas water heater?
No, this is your
that one.
generator.
Generator, okay.
So I can stop it too.
Okay.
Okay. So down here is your 110 for your hot water heater
Okay.
or gas. You don't use both.
Okay,
So-
one or the other.
See that light come on?
Yeah.
When that light goes off, that means your hot water heater's on. But if you're home, I just heard a light. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I just heard a light. It's on. On gas right now. But again, if you're plugged into AC, you're going to turn that one off, and you're going to turn that one on. Okay? Now, again, like owning a boat, if you really don't need hot water, don't leave it on. Just turn it off. It makes hot water in about 8 minutes or 9 minutes. So if you're not using it, the rule of thumb with any camper or boat is if you're not using it, turn it off. Don't leave it on. Even the refrigerator. If you're not going to use a refrigerator, turn it off. But leave the doors cracked open so it doesn't get turned into a pile of mildew inside because they get wet. These refrigerators actually get wet. So you can feel the freezer's frozen solid in there right now.
Yeah.
Okay. These are the latches right here. See, I'm pulling these to open it. Okay. So these are the latches right here. This one's up here. And if you try pulling right away, it causes a vacuum. See, that doesn't want to open.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a minute. It's because you warm air go into it. It causes a vacuum.
Wow.
It takes a second for that to go away. Your mode is right here. So if you hit the mode button, these are always tempered. See, we're on A. A means automatic, which means if you plug the camper in, it's going to work on electricity. If you unplug the camper, it's going to work on gas automatically. You don't have to do anything at all. Okay?
Okay.
And then that's your thermostat right there. So when I hit that again, that's where I don't know if you saw 3 lines across right here. You don't want to go much past that. Oh, thermostat. Come on. There. See, I can take that to 4 or 5. See that?
Yeah.
But you don't want it. You'll freeze all your food, all of it. You want to keep it about 3.
Okay.
Just about like that. Okay? Or you will literally freeze all your food. You'll turn the refrigerator into a freezer.
Wow.
And then if you want to turn it off, it's this button
Right,
down
you
here?
press and hold this.
Okay.
That goes out. Sometimes it
But he can use the solar panels to run.
No.
No?
Not on
So,
these.
But you're saying it could be running on electric and it could be running on.
Right. If you don't have electric, it just runs on propane, and the flame
Okay.
is literally that big. Those 2 tanks are running for a year or
So-
longer.
What does the solar?
The solar keeps the batteries charged up, and everything in here is 12 volts. The TV's 12 volts. Your lighting systems are 12 volts.
Okay.
Everything's 12 volts. Nothing works without 12 volts. This is propane, and basically your oven. Yeah, if you want to record this is
Okay. So you're saying if this is on electric, then it's because it's getting it from
110.
110.
Right.
Okay. So it is kind of from the panels, but not exactly. It's from the batteries. Where's it
110.
getting its 110 from?
You got to
You're
if you're
plugged
plugged in.
in.
Oh, only if you're plugged in.
Right.
Okay.
If you're not plugged in, it works on gas.
Okay.
Some of the newer campers are coming in with compressor refrigerators, which are starting to turn over using, which means, yeah, it does work off solar. But, if you have 10 days of no weather and then you kill your batteries, so this will run forever, literally, because it's running on gas. And
Yep.
again, the flame is this big. It's a really little rinky-dink flame, believe it or not, that makes it work. So this, you obviously have to lift that up to use it. What's nice about this is your igniter, and you always turn it this way. If you turn it the other way, you're going to break it. See, it's got the arrows going this way.
Always
So basically, you turn it on
clockwise.
and see how it's lighting up red to tell you it's on?
Huh.
See?
Yeah.
That's new. That's a safety thing that's just awesome. So,
That is.
it lights up red to tell you. So if you bump it, I've actually
I
done
wish we had
that.
that in my freaking house.
Right. So, and then over here, you got these new pretty lights that come on. And basically, if you go to the bottom one, it actually has now a light in the oven too. See? Which it never had before.
Fancy schmancy.
So you can leave these on or off. Doesn't make any difference. If you want to use the oven, you have to go like this, and you can leave the door open. See the little lighting insignia right there?
Yep.
It's lined up with that.
Yep.
You press and hold this in, like this, okay? And then you flick
you
this a
flick
couple
it.
of times, and then you keep holding that in. You actually got to get down on your hands and knees here and look. And you'll see there's a little pilot down there.
Oh, I just saw a flash when you.
Yeah, it's not. It takes. There it goes.
There you go.
It takes a minute to get the propane in there because it's never been on.
Yep.
Once you do that, see, I'm still holding this in.
Yep.
Because if you don't, it'll just go out, and then you can let go once it heats up. And see it on right now.
Yep.
Okay, now you can turn your oven to whatever you want it.
Yeah.
See it
There
light.
you go. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then back off again, like so. That's so cool because if you do that by accident, you got
Yeah.
gas coming into the camper.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right, so you just turn these on to light. See the little light thing, and flick this like that. See?
Yep.
Turn it on, flick it. See? This used to be so bad that you'd lose your eyebrows.
I thought you went with this one first.
Nope.
Nope.
Originally.
Nope.
You started with.
Yeah, turn it on.
Turn on the
Don't
burner.
don't sit here for half an hour.
So you turn on the
Benji.
burner and then hit
Okay.
the igniter.
Okay.
And if you walk in here and one of these is like that, oh boy,
Yeah.
don't light a cigarette.
No.
Okay.
All right, because that means you got gas in here.
I forgot about this one here. Down here at the
That's
That's your
your generator.
generator.
You'll probably very rarely use that. That would be like if, let's say, it was 90 degrees outside. It's like, oh my god, and you have a complete power failure in Jersey. You start the generator, turn the air on.
Gotcha.
So the reason it says 00 to the left of that is what's it
It's
gonna
got no hours on it.
That's your out. Yeah.
how many hours you've been running it, and if you're should go check.
Right, and again, at least once a year. You should run it once a month. I don't care, every month. Run it once a month. Come out here, start it. Make sure the camper's not even plugged in. Okay, start it. Everything will come on. All your 110 outlets, everything will work just fine. Then turn your air conditioner on low or something, or let it run for a while, and then let it run for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then turn it off and plug the camper back into the house.
Okay.
You really want to do that because these generators are finicky that way. I'm just telling you. I've had generators where they had like 2 hours on them or 2.5 hours on them in a motorhome, and literally 3 years nobody started it. Done. It won't even work anymore.
Wow.
So it's really important. There is a piece of material that goes across right here to give you extra counter space. It's in this closet
Okay.
right here.
Counter space closet.
Right here. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. This is more storage. Okay. Directly down right there.
Yeah.
That white tank is your water tank. You can
Okay.
actually see it. And then this just lifts out of here if you want to.
Okay.
There's your whole water tank. See it? Now,
Yeah.
the tube I was telling you about for winterizing it is this tube. You take this tube out of here, you shove it into a bottle of antifreeze. See this lever right here? You flick it so it's facing this direction, not that direction. And then you literally suck up antifreeze right with this. On the other hand, in here is your hot water heater. and your hot water heater has a bypass on it. So if you're not using the hot water heater, see that one little white lever down there?
Yep.
If you push that lever so it's pointing straight up, your water heater is completely bypassed, which means when you suck antifreeze up, you're not pumping it into your hot water heater. It's just going through the faucets.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay.
It takes. I could winterize this camper. No, whoops! Take a stopwatch. I could do it in 3 minutes
Wow.
from start to finish. So if you're not going to use it, winterize it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your controller for your electric jacks in there.
Okay.
That's what that is.
There was an on off I had to be superstitious about?
No, because even if you
Okay.
turn the green light on, it's timed. It only stay on for a couple of minutes.
That's
Okay.
nice.
All right, and then
Yeah.
it shuts off. So if you have if outlets aren't working in here, see that little red light was on?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's not going to work.
Okay.
Somehow it popped. You know, sometimes if you plug the cord in a little cockeyed, it'll pop your GFI outlet. So if you see this like that, that means a lot of the outlets won't work. So you have to just reset it. Just put your finger in like that and reset it so the light goes out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So usually I'm not going to be involved with it unless I notice something doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Then come look at it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. This is all stuff that like we could tell you in 2 seconds. You just tell us what the symptoms are, and in 2 seconds we can tell you how to fix it.
Okay.
And 90% of the time, even if something fails, it's sometimes stupid, like really easy to
Yeah.
fix.
That's good.
So basically that's it. These are all just storage. They give you
Yeah.
these little cords here, but tons and tons and tons of storage. Your fan right here does not circulate outside, so it just circulates in here. But
So you
it
turn
works
one of
just
these
fine.
on.
Right. Turn your fan on
And the
right there.
controls for this one are where?
It's just right there, literally. It's just you open this, pull this down, open it up, and there's a little fan.
And that's it. Okay.
It's not. It's just a rinky dink.
Okay.
Okay. And then you got fan here and light right there. For this will blow. Your heating system is actually built into the seat, so you'll see heat coming out of here. But that's a fan right down there in the corner. That sucks the heat in and pumps it out through the basement, and the return is right there. So it pumps it, the heat through the basement. So there are filters in the air conditioner. You can unclip these little things right here. They just come right out. See?
And clean them.
And then you can clean them. So
Okay.
this one is
I know how to do that.
this one is not in there. I don't think.
Oh.
Pain in the ass to get. Yeah. See, this has got to go. Oops. Underneath like that. I'm losing my glasses. And then you put this in like so, and then pop it in like that, and then these things just go in
Okay.
like that. Like that. Okay.
Okay.
This is your pantry.
Yep.
This is I had a guy from Canada tell me that was full of what because he couldn't find this. But see this little where my finger is right here? This won't do anything. See the finger?
Uh-huh.
Push.
Gotcha. Yep. That little lever down right there.
Okay.
Okay.
And I can order more of these if you want more. They only come with 3. And then lock it. Okay. And close the door.
Okay.
Cool.
Storage. Again, the TV.
This one is what?
Storage. Like
Storage,
you
same
put,
thing.
Okay.
Cans of clam chowder down. So TV again, because we're not using it.
Yeah, put it in the lock position.
I'm going to turn the antennas off. So don't forget that when you get home. These little green lights up here, they're off. All right, you're not going to pick anything up unless you turn them on.
Always look for green lights back there before I leave the thing alone and lock it.
Well,
You
right, you
just
turn
don't
those
wanna-
off. You can even go so far as to unplug it.
Okay.
No.
Just to
that's
unplug it and then take this and
Oh. Okay.
clips in. Let's see, this is going to go like this. That's fine. And then to undo it, pull this little lever. Just pull it straight down.
That little
Yep.
chain.
The little chain guy.
Okay?
Okay.
That way it's not flying all over the place. All right?
Okay.
So again, it's important to keep this relatively level. If you want to tip it slightly, like so the water runs off the back, I'm not worried about that. But just like again, a boat, see all these things are on right now?
Yeah.
That's fine. The cab over lights are right there, and then your porch lights are here, and your water, like this water pump. No, turn it off. You're not using it, turn it off.
Okay.
Okay, next thing is this is your levels. See these 3 buttons right here?
Yeah.
So basically, your gray tank, which is your shower water, You look over here, see this? Under this little lever, right, this little thing right here. If I press gray, see it's all the way down to nothing. See a little red light come on? If I press black, see it's all the way down to nothing, it's empty. If I press fresh water, there's not a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay, so the fresh water is low, and then your battery is full. So the battery's all the way up to the top.
Yep.
Okay, so see it's showing you right here. You know, so if you starting to put water in the camper, come in here and press the fresh water button, and you'll see it. If you want a half a tank, stop it right about here. If you want a full tank, if it's on the truck, stop it up here.
Yep.
Okay. I can't emphasize about that more than, you don't put the hose in this thing and to get an important phone call.
No, but we can live with 30 gallons, can't we?
Well, how are you going to know? You got to monitor it.
I thought today maybe we were going to put 30 gallons in.
Well, we can put in whatever you want before you leave, and I
Yeah.
do have good well water here. But the thing again is, don't do it yourself without standing here waiting.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, don't walk away. Somebody says, "Oh, come over here and do something," and you
Right,
got the hose
no.
going in this
No,
thing.
you have to be looking at that. You turn on the
Right.
air conditioner and sit around. So, and where does it say the amount again?
Right here.
Right there. Okay.
Those lights.
Those lights will
See, the
tell you when
battery's
you're-
completely full. See it right there?
Okay.
Okay. And then you see, like, there's still water pressure.
Yep.
You don't have to turn it on. Like, you can still flush the toilet, do whatever you want. So we'll show you that next. We'll show you the toilet and everything there. And again, like, if you're not up there using stuff,
Shut it off.
turn it off.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
This here, on the remote TV, put it right with your keys.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, and this, I never leave this in the camper. This is going to go in the truck in the door pocket,
Okay.
because then you'll know where it went. If you put it in here, it's going to get lost. So when we get ready to load this, we're going to put that in
And
the door
that's for
pocket.
the awnings and the side slide?
That's it. And the lift, raise and lower the camper.
To raise
level the camper up.
Okay.
So your bathroom, you're way important to keep this latched. If you don't keep this latched, make sure you video this. This door is going to hit that and end up over there in that window.
Okay.
So
That's
if you're
not
going to
good.
travel, this is one of the things you got to remember. Make yourself a note, whatever. Because if the bathroom door is not latched, if this thing's not latched, this is going to come flying out like that. It's going to hit the stop, most likely blow the ball bearings out,
Yep.
and then it's going to put a hole in the floor right there, and another hole up there when it lands. Because I've seen it.
I was going to say, I'm assuming you've
Okay.
seen this before.
So the shower in here is self-explanatory. You got hot and cold. Obviously, if you've made hot water, you got a sink. This is just plastic on the toilet still. It's got a porcelain toilet, which is beautiful. To flush the toilet, there's a lever right there for your foot
Okay.
to flush it. Okay?
Okay.
And even right now, there's residual pressure in there. You can flush it. Just, I'll make sure you got some toilet tissue to go home. I'll give you some of that. I'm going to give you that little adapter I told you about. So you have the adapter for the 110.
Okay.
So I think we've pretty much covered everything. If these blinds too, like see this pulls down, if
Yeah.
this keeps falling on you like all the time, just on one side, you pull this string a little bit and give it one more wrap, and
Okay.
it'll tighten it back up again on all of these. That's the way they're designed.
Oh, you didn't say how to open windows.
Windows are basically, this does not open. This
Yeah,
is a
but these
stationary
do.
window.
They just
Just show this.
side slide.
Yeah, they jalousie.
They just go out a little bit.
Right, like if you want to make this into a bed, there's a lever under here.
That's okay.
Well, there's a lever here, and you can throw the lever over, and this table
Oh,
just
okay.
pushes down
Yeah.
with all the cushions flat. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, if you look at this, there's a latch right here. So you open it.
Okay.
Do not
Travel.
drive down the road with these open.
Okay. I see it right there.
Okay, and this is a
Okay.
double pane window. Okay,
Okay.
but don't drive with it open.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye. Shut it.
Yep. Shut it tight. Make sure that's tight.
And your seat, I don't think there's storage under there, is there?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? Because no, I mean,
Yeah.
the
The storage.
but the seat doesn't open.
Well, no.
See?
No. Okay.
This, by the way, is an emergency remote in case you lose the other one.
The one that we're putting in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
The
an
one you said
emergency
take it.
one,
Okay.
but you have to plug it in.
Yep.
Okay.
So outside where that little switch is, you got to plug it in. This cord is for that remote in case you just completely go brain dead and forget to put a battery in.
Batteries, yep.
You can
Okay.
actually plug it in and still use it.
For the bedroom remote. Or
No.
For the,
No, for this
To
one.
raise and lower the
To
camper.
raise and lower it.
Okay.
So if the batteries die, you plug it in.
Plug
And
it
if you're not using this, if you're really going to leave it on the truck all the time, because you can take it off. It's off right now.
Yeah.
If you do take it off, you want to make sure that when you leave the room in, keep the room in, and make sure that you know that all 4 jacks are down evenly. And the way you do that is you just start lift like one of the rear ones off a little bit. It'll stand on 3,
Okay.
and then put it down just until you hear it go and stop. Now you know this thing's planted on 4 jacks. Okay.
Gotcha.
If you're never really going to take this off, I still want you to cycle those jacks once in a while.
Okay.
I don't want you to just
With what?
with
With
the
that?
remote.
With that remote? Okay.
Okay. This is just we're going to get you a cord. This just comes with it. It's another spare, but this doesn't do anything.
Wait, hold on a minute. If it's still on the truck, how do I cycle the jack?
Turn them on, and let them go down, and
Oh,
and then let them go up.
okay.
Make them go up again.
It won't scratch the car.
No. But you want to make sure you cycle them, and then also
Okay.
make sure that when they come up, don't bottom them out. Leave like an inch showing before they get to the end,
Okay.
because you can do them individually.
Okay.
So to turn this on, you have to have that. It's not working anymore. See, I got to go into here and turn it
Turn
on.
it
and go
on,
outside
yeah,
and turn
because
it on. Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot here. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot to you've got a
Inside
lot to absorb.
The waste system. That light.
That light comes
that-
on. Yep.
That's my jacks.
Yeah, that's all storage. There's all storage up front.
Yeah, a freaking ironing board in here.
Well, that's for your legs. That's it.
Oh, is that-
that goes across?
Oh,
right there.
perfect.
It's
There you go. That's your
another
counter.
kitchen table.
Yep.
Nice. There you go. Look at that.
So yeah, so
You're gonna be
there's a thing- there's
styling.
another fan in here. If you want to open it.
Living large.
Take a shower. Okay.
Those are
And
easy.
then there's a door in here that closes across right here. See it?
Okay.
And it's just this door just clips in
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and then to pull it, just push it a little bit, and it goes right back.
Oh, and it's that self
Just don't let it go.
squeegeeing.
No, it's just it's not, this is like I wouldn't even bother. You can wipe the bathroom down if you want. I wouldn't bother. Then you got a dome in here, so you have lights. Like, this is just information on the toilet.
Okay.
It actually can go up with the other information if you want.
Okay.
This can go up with all your packets up there. That can go up on top. So. I think we've pretty much covered everything. We got the awning outside done. We got the awning in the back done. And again, don't watch these videos over and over and over
Okay.
and over and over. The one that screws people up the most is that awning. How to get those legs out, how to put them back together.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's one of
Yeah.
them. The other one is making sure that things are turned off when you're not using them, because there's no reason to leave them on. Again, if you take this off someplace or you park somewhere, make sure it's relatively level. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't want to go like San Francisco, park like this. Your refrigerator will not work anymore. Even the compressor ones don't like that. They don't like being off level, because the coolant has to go back and forth. And if you're not level, everything's tipped.
So you said there's a gauge. One of these things is a gauge for how level you are.
No.
No.
No, that's
It's
why
just up
that's
to
why
you.
God gave you eyes.
Okay.
It's just in here, you look at it, if it's level, it's good. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
don't have to, there's no rocket science to it. Like right now,
Okay.
we're good. You know what I mean? I can actually turn this on and lower the back, and we're still good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's as long as it's not like really
Yeah, it's
significantly. It's not like years ago in the 80s, these things would lock up on the beaches, like Island Beach State Park. Oh my shit, they get phone calls that you can't believe, because they're not level. And then the refrigerator stops working. So, lastly, that's a gas leak detector down there, right there. That's with a light on it.
Yep.
Do
Okay.
not spray any aerosols or anything around it, or it's going to go ape shit.
Not even Windex.
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing near it. Don't spray anything near that. The other thing too is that little black box over there, right down below there. If the cover unsnaps, is thing for your finger in there. That's where all your breakers and fuses are.
Okay.
So one side of it is 12 volt, has those ATC fuses like a car, and the other side is 110, has breakers like a house.
Gotcha.
They just flip on
Okay.
and flip off breakers. Okay, so that's
Okay.
what's down there.
But if I do get an electrician and get a 110 outlet for this thing stuck on the
Yeah,
outside of the
30
house,
amp.
he doesn't have to go in there.
Yeah, they do anything.
Okay.
He just
He
literally
needs
just
to put the
he
plug
has
in
to.
the house.
You have to show him that plug,
Which is the plug again?
30 amp plug that's plugged
Yeah.
in right now.
Oh, that thing.
You
30
need
amp
to
plug.
put this in,
Yes.
and make sure it's not 220. It's 50. It's
Three-pronged
30 amp,
30
110,
amp
110.
and 110.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So that's and that I've only seen that 2 or 3 times in my life, and they shouldn't have been electricians then. You know what I mean? Because it's just you'll put 220 in this thing, and basically.
Yeah, you'll fry it.
Well, it's funny. It's but it really goes after when you do that radio won't work no more. You know, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be weird. It'll be like certain things would be okay, and certain things won't be okay. So you don't want to do 220. Lastly, one thing too, all these lights you're seeing in here,
Yeah.
work right here. So you turn them on right there,
Yeah.
and they dim. See?
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Okay. The other light on the back as you're coming in, they purposely put it right because you're coming in. Right here
Okay.
turns on as you're coming in, so you have some light. Okay. And then it dims also, and you can turn it off.
Okay.
Fire extinguisher is right here
Yeah, I
in
see.
case you ever need it. Okay. The room, if you're using it, you know, out or in, like if you get a really bad windstorm one night, like it's really bad, put the room in.
Yeah.
Because that awning topper will be going flap, 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 flap.
All right.
Just put the room. You can use this camper 100% with this room in. 100%. If I press the button
I
right
know.
now,
I've seen it.
right there, see the button right here?
Yeah.
This is where your room goes in and out. See?
Okay.
Okay. Once it stops, don't keep holding the button down. Okay. Just once it stops, it's done. Don't
Yeah.
Don't keep holding the button down. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me see how Kevin's making out. Oh, he's right there. The truck's right there. We had to take those stupid steps off. You know that the Ford puts on those trucks. They're right in the way of the tie-down kits. So those steps are.
Oh, the steps at the you
Oh.
only mean the back. You don't mean the like in the passenger. You don't mean in the body.
No, just the
Just
bed.
those little.
It's just those rinky-dink
those-
ones that drop. They're right in the way of the friggin' tie-down kits.
No, okay.
So they had to come off.
I had some cleats and stuff,
That's
sitting
fine. We don't
that I
worry
brought
about
with
that.
me that came with the car.
No, that goes in the bed. That's for tying stuff down the bed.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right,
So
let me get
what
rid
are
of
we
this.
doing? What are we?
We're loading
We're
it
gonna
up.
load her up now.
So
Yep.
are we locking some things in place then?
Not yet. You can do that after it's on the truck. You can load with the room open if you want to.
Whatever you want to do. as long
So-
as- also, doesn't this box? Doesn't this step have a storage in it?
No.
Oh, I thought it did.
No, well, yeah, the bumper does.
The bumper itself
No, I
has the
thought
storage.
This thing also.
No,
No.
Just all that does is
Oh,
flip up.
What's this thing that is dangling off of
The
it?
cable.
That's the lock for it when you want to pull it back down.
Okay.
I'll show you that.
Okay, I need to sit